All right, CNA students, this is example number 2 of how to write a CNA new graduate resume. Remember, there is no right or wrong way to write a resume. There's infinity options, but I am going to discuss some best practices for new grads. So let me go ahead and zoom in. I chose to add an element here at the top. You can add the picture and then bring it forward, send it back, wrap the text, add a position. This just adds a visual element to your resume. You do not need to have it, but my background comes in writing executive resumes, and we add some special touches to those resumes to make them stand out. And let's face it, there are a lot of CNAs graduating from the program at the same time, and you want to stand out from your peers. If your goal isn't to work in a rehabilitation center, if your goal is to work at the VA, you're going to need to do some extra little touches to make yourself stand out from all the other CNAs that are applying to those competitive employers. So I use the hex code to find the exact color on the image to put it in your contact information. This time I have your contact information centered. Remember, you either want it left aligned, which the alignment is in the paragraph center, the paragraph ribbon, or you want it centered right here. Do not add your street address for safety reasons. Your resume is not a legally protected document. So your city, your state, your zip code is good enough. Make sure your phone number is accurate. Make sure you have a professional voicemail. Make sure you're using a professional email address, and then add your LinkedIn URL so that way you can direct employers to do the research at a professional networking site versus Googling you and God only knows what pops up. All right, so then in your the top 1/3, 1/4 of your resume is the most important part of your resume. So you want to add a couple of chief accomplishments. So this might be something that the job description is specifically asking for, so you can highlight that you do have it, or this might just be something that's universal that you know is important for all of the jobs that you're going to be applying to. So these check marks you can change right here in the bullet section. You can change them to dots or squares, whatever you want them to be. But this information should be your accomplishments. This should be why you are qualified to do this job. Next up are your certifications. As a new grad, you only have so much experience. So you're going to weigh heavily on your certifications. Now, once you've been in the job, you're going to move your certifications and education down to the bottom of your resume. But as a new grad, you want it towards the top. So because I want to add in relevant coursework to kind of show that you went through these different trainings and that this is all fresh in your mind, I broke up your certification and education section. So you're going to want to add the correct dates and the correct institution. So if you're CPR certified from a different organization other than the Red Cross, you want to make sure that that's accurate and that you change this template to accurately reflect where your certifications came from. Now, in regards to education, you're doing the 5-week program at this institute and getting your hands-on training there. And then you also completed a preparation course at Job Corps. So even though your education, you did those 5 weeks of class study and you got on Friday that hands-on clinicals, we're separating that out from education and relevant experience. So relevant coursework we're putting here, and then your hands-on experience we're putting down here. So you did your preparation, your certified nursing preparation certificate of completion at Job Corps, and either got your high school diploma from wherever or your high school equivalency while you were here. So you want to make sure this all reflects your information, your dates. So although I'm using this template to make it easy for you, you want to make sure that it is completely customized to your information and that you don't accidentally skip something, because you want this to accurately reflect your information. So relevant experience. What does that mean? It means it's relevant to the job that you're applying to. So your clinicals. So what did you do at clinicals? This is the same information I had on the last resume. So I'm not going to go over that again, but just briefly remember, quantify where you can, highlight accomplishments where you can, and then when you are putting down duties, make sure you either use an action verb or an accomplishment verb. So you received exemplary or exceeds expectations ratings, and then you delivered empathetic care, and you responded calmly, during emergencies. So make sure writing in resumes, you don't write incomplete sentences. So this is a little bit different. If you need help, set up a one-on-one. And if you don't have any experience, or if you're a job hopper and haven't been able to hold down a job for more than a couple of months, then maybe you don't want to put your additional experience. So we can just drop that and put a skills section. So these are the things that you learned while you were at school. These are the things that you are that you obviously showed competencies towards when you completed your CNA boards. So this is a different type of formatting. This uses more color. This doesn't have additional experience. This didn't include an intro section. So you can see two very different ways to write a resume. There is not one right or wrong way. Just determine what would be best for you. How do you want to visually represent yourself on a resume when you're submitting it? And remember, the resume is only used to get an interview. It's not used to get a job. So you can only expect so much from this little piece of paper, but this foundational piece of paper will make the difference in regards to what type of an employer you're going to attract. So good luck. If you need help, let me know. Do not hesitate to ask for help. When you are done writing your resume, send it to me so I can make suggestions on improvements, and we are going to make sure that you look as professional as possible when applying to CNA roles.